you have roll call noted?
I do.
Thank you. During the comments and correspondence, do we have any comments or correspondence? I see two people are listed here for correspondence and comments. We have Robert Rick, 197 Riverside Road for pier permit. Would you like to come up, Mr. Rick, and say a few words?
Yes, I would. Good evening, thank you. My name is Robert Rick and I'm here with my wife Karen. We are asking the board here to rescind a building permit that has been approved by the building the person here. We believe that it violates the ordinance 260-5H. Mooring structures and watercraft moored shall be set back a minimum of 10 feet from common riparian rights lines and any additional distance required to continue approach and docking of watercraft to the owner's riparian zone. A person purchased a property 142 Riverside Road. It is across the street from the river. He has approximately 15 feet of waterfront, and he has been issued a permit to build a pier, and we believe that it is incorrect based upon this ordinance.
Thank you very much. Next, I have Ingrid Hanson, 639 Cherrywood.
This conference will now be recorded.
I have some show and tell here, but let me hand out. I have a few copies of these. I'm low tech, it's not on the screen. What? And, okay, so I'm Ingrid Hanson-Popp, live on Cherrywood Drive in Kettle Glen, and I was reading in the Post not long ago that there's gonna be more chip seal coming. So, I have 3 show and tells, I'll just put these up on here. This is chip seal, this is paper towel. If you need an adhesive, you come to our street in the heat, and you can get a really good adhesive off of our street. And this is a piece of the chip seal. So, I'll just read my comments. I'll just read my comments, so I stay in the time limit. So, I understand that other types of paving are really expensive, and have heard that before. I had a client come drive to my house last week, and he said, well, aren't they ever gonna finish the construction on your streets? I'm like, that's it. What you see is what you get. The tar bubbling up, the chips flying all over your car and the streets and the yard. Please see the photos that I took. The first 3 show that the cracks in our streets are still very visible. They're just covered with black. Photograph 4 and 5 show debris of loose chip seal, as well as grass growing through the current cracks. And the last photo shows an actual sinkhole. These were taken in high temperatures when it was 80 and 90 degrees outside. Last picture, observe the tracks from the equipment used to cut our green space. Please note that at least 50% of our driveways in the neighborhood have these types of tire tracks in black, simply from turning into or going out of our own driveways from the street. That black isn't going away anytime soon. I brought those 3 items to show and tell. The plastic cup shows what I swept up off our driveway in one single day of driving in and out of the driveway. There's 2 of us, 2 cars, 2 drivers. Walking past 17 other houses in our neighborhood, I observed that 15 out of 17 driveways had the same amount of debris. One resident doesn't drive, and the other rarely leaves his home. Note, in the winter and plowing season, the debris is 2 to 3 times as much, as well as it's thrown up onto the parkways, into the grass. The second item I brought is a paper towel that I gently pressed into the street that was bubbling with tar during the recent hot weather. This sticks to shoes, tires, pet feet. After walking across the street to get the mail, I spent 20 minutes cleaning the bottom of my shoe off with alcohol. It then continues on only to stain. When it comes in the house, it will stain your carpets. The chip seal will even lodge in laminate floor and leave a hole just from stepping like a normal shoe stepping. And lastly, there's a tiny little bag with a sample of stone used on the street. My husband dug this out of our car tire when we were leaving one day. He's got like supersonic ears. He's like, "What is that sound?" At least we didn't need a repair. And there was one of those pieces of chip seals had embedded, not in the tread, but between the treads on our tire. Because they're really sharp. I wish that you had saved the $365,000 contracted with Wolf Paving for future improvements that are in the setup for 5th and 6th Street, I think it is coming up. Please stop using the chip seal method in our village. Either save that money up and do less streets the right way. And that isn't it. So, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
I'll take my show and tells.
Would you like your paperwork back too?
No, and I left the memo I just read on the back.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I think that's it for comments and correspondence. Next up would be public appearances or hearings. If there's anyone present tonight that wants to speak about item number 2 on the agenda, which is a public hearing, now is your time.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you and for your consideration. I'm Michael Meyer. I own the property 132 South Center Street. It's directly next to the portion of Center Street the board is considering tonight. Earlier today, I filed a written objection to resolution 1046-060826 with the clerk's office, and I have a copy with me tonight if that's needed. I want to be clear that I'm not here in opposition to the high school. I'm here as a homeowner. I've spent about 20 years improving my property, and it's the largest asset that I own. I've cared for it like someone that intends to stay. The home is rented at the current moment because of an extended work assignment, but I have every intention of returning to and continuing to care for my home. Every improvement that I have made is with the aim of returning and continuing to enjoy the neighborhood and the village. There is a case pending in Racine County Circuit Court concerning the parcel this vacation would enlarge. I don't raise it to argue it here. I raise it because filing was not a step I took lightly. I asked the high school for a dialogue about this project's impacts to my home at the very start. The details didn't come until the June 8th of this year in a meeting with the superintendent and their construction manager. The case only came after I learned the full extent of these impacts that this construction would have on my property. This is not the first time decisions affecting my home have occurred, but it is the first time for it to get to this part of the process. I'm simply asking for a different approach going forward. A conversation first, with both sides being heard before anything permanent is decided. So I would ask each of you to put yourself in my position just for a moment. 20 years into a property, many improvements, construction at the lot line, a court still weighing questions about the land next to your home, and tonight a question is whether to make permanent change before any of that is resolved. If it were your address,
I believe you would be asking for the same thing that I am. Defer the action until the court is ruled. And use that time to put a real dialogue in place. The vacation would remain available to the village afterwards. Once made, it is not easily undone. Thank you for your time.
Are there any public appearances related to item number 2 on the agenda tonight, the public hearing? Hearing none, I'm going to move on to reading and approval of the minutes.